Welcome. We don't got enough time today. We're gonna get right to it. Actually, we're not gonna get right to it, but we're gonna get right to it. Let me do one thing really quick. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Okay, let's put that there. Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day out here. We're gonna go ahead and put the sun, let the sunlight in. Let the sunlight in. Good morning, y'all. I know I'm looking a little sideways today. It's a little different from usual, but I wanted to be right here and be able to give y'all the things that y'all needed to have. Good morning. Welcome to the show. We're gonna let y'all give y'all a couple minutes to come on in, and we're gonna talk about it. Go ahead and do some things real quick. Yeah, we here. We out here in these streets. Good morning. Welcome to the show. We're gonna let y'all give y'all a couple minutes to come on in, and we're gonna talk about it. Go ahead and do some things real quick. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. Wait, come on in. Come on in. We got so much to talk about. Yeah, we here. We out here on this here morning in these streets. Good morning. Just doing a little bit of housekeeping. Thank you for watching Wake the F Up with Jason. I am your host. Just out here trying to do my best. Come on in these streets. Come on in, y'all. Wait, come on in. Come on, go in. We got so much to talk about. Make sure everybody knows on this here morning in these streets. Good morning. Just doing a little bit of house. Y'all got to hear the clicking. Thank you for watching Wake the F Up with Jason. I am your host. Just out here trying to do my best. Come on in these streets. Come on in, y'all. Wait, come on in. Come on, go in. We got so much to talk about. Good morning. Good morning. How are y'all doing today? How's everybody doing? Don't be afraid to talk. This is an interactive show. A little bit of house. Y'all got to hear the clicking. Thank you for watching Wake the F Up with Jason. I am your host. Just out here trying to do my best. Come on in these streets. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Come on, go in. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I see y'all in here. You can say hi. You can speak. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh, hell. It's alright. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. But I want to make sure we get this going right. Hello, Brandon. How are you doing today? This thing is really not letting me do it. That's fine. I know how to fix it. I can do it this way. So I add the source, window capture. I want you. What? Let's see what that is. Hold on 1 second. I can't even see it. You know what? It don't matter. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep moving. All right, so welcome to today's episode of Wake the F Up. We have a lot to get to today. So, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? What's going on? Echo issues? Cool. I think I can fix that. I know. Matter of fact, I know I can fix it. We still have we still having that echo issue. Still echoing. Shouldn't be echoing anymore. So work in progress. Hopefully that fixed it. Alu, how you doing? Oh, good. See, fixed it. All right. So much to talk about today. Don't forget to like this video. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure you subscribe to that channel. If we have a Patreon, if you feel inclined to give with your dollars, please go to patreon.com/KC Caffeine. We are out here. First things first on the list. It's a bright, beautiful morning. So everybody wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Uh, let's get ready to do the dang thing. We're going to have a wonderful, beautiful, pleasant day. It's going to be an amazing day for all of you. I'm here to help you guys recognize the beautifulness that is each day. But also today we're going to get to some real stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the news. That's actually glaring. So we're going to do this because that made me, yeah, I didn't like it. There, that's much better. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the first story that we have for the day. And this is courtesy of the Shade Room, where all the celebrity gossip comes from. So I wanted to, let y'all know if you want your celebrity gossip, go to the Shade Room. I mean, I don't use it very often, but it's out there. So the first story that I saw that made me say I want to talk about this on the show is where is it? COVID-19 cases spike in 45 states. Unvaccinated people are the majority of new cases. Of course it is. Because the vaccinated people, if you are getting the virus, then it is a easier road for you, and those who aren't are, it's tougher. That's where the Delta variant's coming from. Like, some people that's like, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing about the virus. I'm tired of talking about the virus. I know you guys are tired of talking about it. So let's just do what we got to do. Like, I don't understand why this has to be politicized. It's people's health. I don't understand why we have to be talking about it in the sense of like, oh, the Berber Berlin, it's a hoax and all that. Like, listen, this thing is killing people out here. Do better, please. Like, just do better. I don't know why we have to say it like that, but Do better. And that's really all I'm going to say on that one. And the other one that I saw that made me uh, kind of give a funny face is let's see, where is it? So there was a video. Now I have not watched the video because, quite frankly, I am tired of watching these Karen videos. I'm tired of it. Like, I'm over it. I'm over uh, people using uh, their privilege as a cudgel against other people. But what I saw of this video, the pieces that I did see, it looked like this woman was being the aggressor while telling someone to get away from her. And I'm going to see if I can find it, and I will post a link up on the channel so you guys can see it. But yeah, it's this woman who I don't know this particulars of what happened before, but she was being very aggressive until she noticed that the cameras, people were filming her, and then all of a sudden turned into, "Oh my God, I'm so scared," and this is and watching people uh, react to the black woman that she was being aggressive towards, as if that black woman was the aggressor, and it's just like it's late and it's tired, and we've done this before. Like, do y'all want to be internet famous? Like, seriously, is that like do you want to be known for this? My daughter, how dare you? I'm not talking about your daughter, although I'm pretty sure that's not what you were saying. What you were talking about that for? Like, do you want to be internet famous? Is that what we want out here, to be known as like a Karen? Um, Seriously, what, why are we doing this still? Um, we went through Barbecue Becky and you know all those other ones. Like, we live in an age now where you are on, everything you do is on social media. If you act up, it's going to be put on social media. People are going to know who you are. You're going to lose your job. You're going to be, you know, upset and talk about how much this has been terrible for you, and, you know, cry into your, bag of tears. And then we're all going to have to deal with it, with the repercussions of your actions, because someone's going to try to make you feel better. And then those people, like, it's a never ending cycle. And I just think we need to, like, let it ride. Be done with it. It's ignorant now at this point. Mind your business. Like, minding your business is free. Um, it don't have no calories in it. It don't you know what I'm saying? It's vegan. It's gluten free. Um, oh, thank you. It's diet. You know what I'm saying? It's cancer free. It's don't have no carcinogens in it. Um, you know what I'm saying? You can't, if you get stopped by the police, they can't take you to jail for minding your business. Like, just mind your business and everything will be fine. Like, point blank. And that brings us to uh, the last topic that I want to talk about today before we get into our main topic. And that is so everybody, MJ Rodriguez as a trans actress, and she plays Blanca on the series Pose, and she was nominated for an Emmy for Best Actress in a Drama Series. That, I think, is great. I think it's amazing. As someone who's watched Pose and know the impact that it has, and the job that MJ Rodriguez did on that show, she did an amazing job, and I can't think of anyone more deserving of that nomination. So when I saw it, I was excited. I was like, yes, that's my girl. Like, I'm so excited, so happy to see it, so happy to see, you know, uh, black and brown trans people getting recognition in media today, you know, for the performances that they're doing, for a show that is as groundbreaking as Pose is. Um, so excited. And then I went on the internet. And started to see people talking about, you know, it's unfair that like this man is being nominated for best actress, and you know this, you know, she's not even a woman, and how, you know, how is this okay, and you know, is this what, you know, we went through the women's rights movement for? Now, listen, I ride for women, and that means women of all types. That means it does not matter whether you are a trans woman or you're a cis woman. I ride for you. You are, you know, I think that you, women are, have it so, uh, they got it hard out here in these streets. And what was crazy to me is a lot of the people who were saying things and were talking, were, you know, making these comments, were women. Like, listen, I'm not trans, so I cannot speak for the trans community. As an ally of the trans community, I can say this was important. And, you know, if you watched the show or knew anything about what Pose was, it would, you would instantly understand why she was nominated and why it was amazing for this to happen. Um, Number two, if MJ Rodriguez didn't tell you she was trans, you wouldn't know she was trans. You would think that was a woman. So, you know, take that for what that is. And it doesn't matter whether you are clockable or unclockable. If you, you know, identify as a woman and you live your life as a woman, then a woman is what you are. And it don't cost nobody anything to be kind. It doesn't cost anybody anything to be nice. It doesn't cost anybody anything to mind your business. And for people to say, "Oh, well, she's a man," and "Oh, well, she's this," or "Oh, well, she's, you know, why is she getting accolades that a woman, you know, that a cis woman could be getting?" Um, Number one, you weren't getting that Emmy anyway. Like, you weren't going to get it. So, and I guarantee you, the other people that she's nominated up against are just happy that she's nominated. So, find you some business. Um, and it, look, trans stuff is complicated. It has a lot of, you know, twists and turns, and sometimes it's really difficult to get, you know, things right. I, even as an ally, sometimes get things wrong, and have to be corrected, and I'm okay with that, you know, because we should all be here to learn. Uh, but I think that it's really ugly and really disgusting to a misgender someone on purpose, b to assume that because this person is trans, that they are not the gender that they say they are. Because what we need to understand, um, as a society, is that sex and gender are two totally different things. Your sex is what the outside parts are. You know what I'm saying? When you take your clothes off, that's one thing. Your gender is in the brain. I'm going to say that again. The sex is the outside. That's, you know, the body parts. That's your heads, your shoulders, your knees, your toes, all of those things. And your gender is in your brain, in the brain. And so we don't know a lot about how the brain works. So all of those people that are like, God made two genders, God did, God better, listen, you don't, first of all, you don't know what God's plan is for anybody's life. You have no idea. All you can do is speculate. Secondly, and most importantly, you don't have a hell to put nobody in or heaven to put anybody in. And if this person says the identity that I identify with, this is my identity. I identify with this. You, as a decent human, should say, cool, that's what you identify with. Awesome. And that should be the end of the conversation. I'm not arguing with anyone about how I express what my gender is. Like, I'm not arguing with people. And no one else should have to argue with how they express their gender. This goes back to minding your own business. There's that. Congratulations, MJ Rodriguez, and all of the other people who were nominated. I think it is an amazing. You did an amazing job on that show. I will tell you, if you have not watched if you've never seen this show before, start with the first season because it's amazing. I have never cried. I don't cry very often. But there is a scene, without giving away too many spoilers, where MJ Rodriguez sings Home from the musical The Wiz. And it brought me to tears. This is well deserved and well earned. And I hope that we all understand that. I hope she wins. I really do. And I hope we can get, past this mess that we're on now. So that brings us to our main topic today. These are 30 minutes. I was going to go an hour, but I'm not because I don't really have too much more other than this main topic. And so we'll see how this goes. Today I want to talk about cancel culture. Now, I'm going to start this off by saying black people cannot have anything. Like, we really can't have nothing. It's really terrible how, things get taken and misconstrued and turned into something that it's not, and then fed back into the masses as if, it was created by the ether. Cancel culture is not a thing. Cancel culture doesn't exist. Let's just say that, and that's the first thing I want to be very clear. Cancel culture don't exist. When people say, let's give you a little bit of history about cancel. The term canceled. We say things people are canceled. We're not doing that. It's canceled. That's a personal choice. It means I'm not going to consume the media of that person anymore. I'm not going to support that person anymore. That is a personal choice that I make. I might be publicly stating it, but it's still a personal choice. And that personal choice is usually based on the choices that someone else made or the decisions that someone else made that I did not like or that were offensive to me or that were offensive to a group of people. Those things cause you to be, in effect, canceled. You can't cancel. Everybody's not canceling you. You know what I mean? If you make a joke about, the Holocaust and people are like, you're canceled, then I'm not dealing, I'm not consuming your media. I'm not supporting you anymore.
Like that's a personal choice that they made. But Alu, I hear you. Hive mind action is what's most considered cancel culture. I get it, but it always is a personal choice. No one is saying to you, no one is saying to anyone, don't support that person. If I don't, you support them, then I'm not going to support you. No, we're just like that's not something. And no, let me when we would say that's canceled in the black community. That wasn't meaning that like, oh, I'm not supporting you if you continue to support XYZ. That wasn't what cancel culture was. It was literally that person's canceled. Sorry. For me, that person is canceled. And what we have to understand and go through and explain is that when it is always a direct result of someone's actions. So, back to my Holocaust analogy. So you make a joke about the Holocaust. Someone gets offended and says, "I'm not supporting you anymore." They vocalize that and say, "I'm not supporting." Someone else then picks up on that and says, "Oh wow, that was a really terrible thing they said. I'm not going to support them either." Okay, that's still two people that made a choice. You you then see people looking at you and going for this thing that you said and saying, "Oh my God, cancel culture's after me." Instead of saying, "You know what? I made a joke that was insensitive and I apologize for it," and make a real apology as opposed to "I apologize if you're offended," or what I said is not who I am. No, absolutely what you said is who you are because you said it. But you make this half-ass apology on the notes app, or you try to go through like a publicist, and you you do all of these things instead of being honest and real and saying, "Hey, in this moment I fucked up, you know forgive me." Okay, most of the time people will say, "Okay, cool, got you." You know what I mean? We all make mistakes. I think the problem with the term and what happened with this co-option of cancel culture is what you were saying, Alu, is this idea that the hive mind has taken over, and really what it is we're we know better, so we're doing better, and we're not going to allow people to say things or do things that are not, you know, that go against what our values and our morals are anymore. And so I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was like, growing up, I loved the show Martin. I thought Martin, I laughed all the time. But I know that 2021, Martin ain't gonna fly. I know that in 2021, bosom buddies ain't gonna fly. There are jokes and there are things that were said at that time that is no longer, that's no longer acceptable now because we know better. And since we know better, we do better. And when you step away from what is from the betterness, that is when you get canceled. And you don't really get canceled. People make personal decisions to not follow you anymore. And companies will say, "Hey, you said something that does not align with our brand and what we want to say, what we believe and what we want to put out there. So we're not going to give you our money to do things anymore." And you have the freedom of speech. You are free to say whatever it is that you want to say. But you are not free from the consequences of your speech. And we really need to hide that down. You are free to say what you want to say. If you want to jump out in the middle of the street and yell the N word 65,000 times, You're free to do that. But you're going to get your ass whooped. And if you as a celebrity or a person of note says something that is offensive to someone else, you are free to say those things, but you are not free from the consequences of the things that you said. And we really have to, at some point, say, look, it's not cancel culture that's causing you to have problems. It is your mouth and the things that you said that cause you to have problems. And it's that simple. Point blank, easy to say. You did that. Those were the consequences of your actions. And to turn around and say, "Oh, well, cancel culture got me. Well, I got hit by the cancel culture." No, you didn't. You didn't get hit by the cancel culture. You got the consequences of your actions and what you said. And so we need to stop blaming everything on this cancel culture idea. And then to turn around, like, I was talking to somebody and they were like, "Well, the Dr. Seuss books. Dr. Seuss was a product of cancel culture." No, not at all. First of all, we wasn't paying attention to Dr. Seuss. Like, Hop on Pop was what I knew. The Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham. But there are certain books that the estate of Dr. Seuss said, this no longer aligns with the world that we live in and the world that we want to see. So we are going to stop printing these books. Oh my God, cancel culture got them. No. They made a decision to say this doesn't align with what we are anymore. They didn't say that they're going to come to your house and take your Dr. Seuss books. They didn't say, that you can't, that if you see one in the store, you can't buy it. They said, we're not printing them anymore. Matter of fact, if you have one, it's a boon for you. Make your paper, boo-boo. If you want to read the Dr. Seuss books to your children every night, go ahead. You can do that. The Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't watch the Dukes of Hazzard because, I don't understand it, quite frankly. But, there are people who love the Dukes of Hazzard. The Confederate flag has a very painful history in this country for certain groups of people. They made a decision, hey, this isn't something that that is good for our culture anymore. So they let it go. Why are we getting rid of the Dukes of Hazzard? Well, because it doesn't align with our values anymore. Why are we taking down the statues of these Confederate soldiers? Well, first of all, when you know the history of why those statues came up in the first place, it was never about history. It was never about the heritage. Most of those statues didn't come up until between the 1930s and 1940s, like right around Reconstruction to the Civil Rights era. These were letting black people know, you're not welcome here. We venerate these Southern generals more than we care about your freedom. And it's verifiable. Look it up. I'm not going to be here to do your Googles for you. It's verifiable that a lot of those statues that went up in as well after the Civil War as a response to racial equality, the strive for racial equality. Some of those statues are like 50 years old. And, so yes, they need to come down. I'm not saying take them down and put them in the scrap heap, although personally I think that's where they should go. But put them in the museum and put them in proper context. And if you look at the neighborhoods that a lot of those statues are in, they were in neighborhoods that they were letting you know you're not welcome here. So, all of this stuff with cancel culture and, oh, we're all being, people are being snowflakes. No, it's not like, I'm not a snowflake because I'm telling you to do better. I'm not a snowflake because I'm like, look, the shit that you used to do that you think is cute now, like, that's just not cute anymore. If anything, I'm looking at you going, what you said was some bullshit. You know what I mean? And I get it. Like, we're all able to have an opinion. We're all able to voice our opinions. We're all able to, we can have debate and dialogue about how the right things and what the right ways to do things are and how we can, move forward and do better. But like, if it's already starting at, because I think what you said is some bullshit, so I'm a snowflake or I'm a part of cancel culture because what you said was some bullshit. I don't know about the Frederick Douglass statue. We'll talk about that later. But because that doesn't make that, we're never going to get anywhere. You know what I mean? Just like if I immediately say, oh, this person is a racist because they didn't agree with me. No, you're not a racist. You may have a racist ass opinion. You might need further education. I will be the first person to say, hey, there are things I need further education on. Much like this Frederick Douglass statue. But at the end of the day, if you're already starting at, this person's a snowflake or this person's a libtard or this person is this or this person's racist or misogynist or, a bigot or this, we're not having any conversation, because I'm not getting through to you and you damn sure not getting through to me. And you are free to have, like, again, you're free to have your opinion. There are certain opinions that are non-negotiable to me. One of those opinions is my right to exist. If you are like, I don't believe that gay people should exist, we don't have anything to discuss. Like, there's nothing to discuss for that. Or I don't think that gay people should have the right to love who they believe in, who they want to love. We don't have anything to discuss. I don't believe that trans people are who they say they are. We don't have anything to discuss because you don't believe in basic human rights for everyone. And that's just that on that. Everything else we can talk about. I want to know what your opinion is. I want to know what you think. I want to know why you think the way that you think. I'm going to tell you why I think the way that I think, but understand, I've done my Googles. You know what I mean? Like, I don't come to debates empty-handed. I fire on all clips, baby. So make sure you got your ducks in a row before you come over here. But again, cool. So cancel culture isn't a thing. Like, let's stop calling it that. You can give it another name. I don't care what you call it. I call it holding people accountable for their actions. Hey, Carly. I didn't see you in there. Sorry, boo-boo. You know what I mean? I call it holding people accountable for their actions. I call it saying, hey, you said this thing or you did this thing that was not cool. And so either fix it or I'm no longer going to support you. You've done something that I think has caused caused issues. So fix it or I don't have to support you. You know what I mean? And yeah, I can, it's, and really, to the people who are doing the most screaming about cancel culture are the same people, like, who, they're rich, girl. Like, they got money. So, they all right. You know what I mean? They got y'all hair all up in a bunch, screaming on fire, screaming about cancel culture. They're sitting back in their, their $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million house, chilling. because you're doing the work for them. All they got to do is be like, cancel culture got me. You know what I'm saying? And let y'all go after them, you know, and say, and do the work that they should be doing. You know, standing up to people that they should be standing up to. You know, they're doing the work. You're doing the work. And they're just like, I'm good. I'm on vacation. I'm chilling in Fiji. Like, real talk. If I said something and it offended a group of people and I was, you know, and I didn't care, I would be like, oh, this Dasani water is so good. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't care. And they don't care. But what they've learned how to do is say, oh, I'm a victim of cancel culture. And let the dogs out. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody else want to go and fight the battle for them. Meanwhile, they on the beach with a Mai Tai drinking. They haven't had to have any accountability for their actions. You know, they further divided the populace. And you know, nobody is paying attention to the shit that really matters. Like the fact that Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson is going to the moon, and we got people on Truce as homeless. But that's a topic for another day. Guys, thank you so much for waking up with me. I hope y'all are awake now. Is everybody up? Did I get your blood pumping? Is you going? You ready to finish your day? That's what Wake the F Up is all about. I said the moon, didn't I? I meant space. I'm a dummy. Listen, this is live. Sometimes, I mean, I'm sure that they're gonna try to make it to the moon. I'm positive they're gonna do it. But either way, they going out to space. You know what I'm saying? And we got homeless folks on Truce. You know what I'm saying? We got homeless veterans out there. You know, we got teens and youth out here just doing. Yes, Whitey on the moon. Love it. Laura, you do. Laura, listen. If you have not heard Whitey on the Moon, it's perfection. Like, it's perfection. And I'm trying to remember who did it. I'm going to go ahead and look it up real quick because, and I feel really bad that I don't remember right now. And that's going to make me crazy as soon as I say what it is. Gail Scott Heron. By Gail Scott Heron. Look it up. If that is not it is a capsulated history point from like where we are right now. You know, people dying in the street can't afford their health care, but White is on the moon. Amazing. It's amazing. Just check it out. At any rate, thank you guys for listening this morning and watching. It was so good to see all of your beautiful faces here. I'm happy. I will see y'all on Friday. Now, a couple of quick announcements, the church announcements. Friday evening, starting at 10 p.m., we are doing adult Jackbox games like we do every Friday on our Twitch channel. Episode 2, our Twitch channel is KC Caffeine Gaming on Twitch. It's always so much fun. Everybody come out. It is not for children. I'm telling you right now, if you got the babies in the house, you want to put your headphones on because we be talking about the stuff. Episode 2 of the Self Campaign with Sarah Lynn is out. It is amazing. She does awesome work. The third episode will be recorded on Friday. We always do a live stream of the full show, and then we will cut it down and edit it for as a podcast form. Let's see what else is going on. Friday is the next episode of Wake the F Up. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Whether I want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday and Friday, or Monday and Wednesday. I don't know yet. Yes, KC Caffeine Gaming. If you feel inclined and you want to give to the Patreon, as I said before, I'm doing this as my full-time job. So any donors, anyone who feels like I resonate with them and they want to support, you can always go to that KC Caffeine or Patreon.KC Caffeine. You can also donate sub on my Twitch channel. That is also a way to get to help me out. And if you just hit that subscribe button on the YouTube, that is a good way to help out as well, because it helps with the algorithm and things. But thank you so much, guys. This is so fun. For the people who have been who are in the live chat, I'm gonna shout you guys out real quick. Laura and Alukit and Brennan and Carly. Yeah. You guys were wonderful. It's a wonderful live studio audience. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much. This was great. Glad that you were all awake and you woke the F up with me. Good night. Good morning.